the big unanswerable questions, such as race, war, government, big business, religion, and the mysteries of the universe. And the English language, with all its quirks and frustrations, lingo and faddish, trendy buzzwords and catchphrases and Americanisms. In fact, that covers just about everything under the sun. Just as no topic was off limits for Carlin, no style of comedy was beyond his grasp. He was equally enamored of hokey puns, "My back hurts, I think I overslept," and sly brain teasers. If crime fighters fight crime and firefighters fight fire, what do freedom fighters fight? He did street corner insults and Zen non sequiturs. He changed voices, made sound effects, whistled, sang, stuck out his tongue, and blew raspberries. He was an outstanding physical comedian, too, with enough rubbery faces and herky-jerky gestures to do an entire set in mime. Many comedians have distinctive voices, but only a few are fortunate enough to develop one that's never been heard. George Carlin's voice was unmistakable. In his younger years, he had the mellow, quizzical tone of a perpetually amused pot-smoker. Later it aged into a hard-earned rasp. Throughout his various stages, this one-of-a-kind voice, quintessential New Yorker, representative hippie, reflexive contrarian, spoke for a nation of dissatisfied idealists and for himself alone. Timing is essential to comedy, and Carlin's personal timing could not have been more precise. The comic comes into being just when society and the individual, freed from the worry of self-preservation, begin to regard themselves as works of art, wrote Henri Bergson in his famous essay on laughter. Born during the golden age of radio, Carlin devoted more time to reading Mad magazine, established 1952, than to his Latin and algebra lessons. The stand-up comedy rebirth of the 1950s, when performers including Lenny Bruce, Mort Sahl, Shelley Berman, Jonathan Winters, and Dick Gregory demolished the old order of vaudevillian shtick, gave his early career its context. And Carlin was at that crucial age of transformation, 33, when he found he could no longer ignore the lure of the countercultural revolution. Comedy, as the proud autodidact knew better than anyone, is a constant voyage of discovery. Picking up the baton from the martyred Lenny Bruce, he remade stand-up, once the trade of strip club flunkies in cheap tuxedos for the rock and roll crowd. He took it to theaters, turning the art of the joke into a concert event. Then he brought his provocative routines into the home, rejuvenating his career with an association with HBO that would last 3 decades. Some comedians can stretch a half-hour's worth of one-liners to last a lifetime. Carlin wrote an hour of new material for each HBO show roughly every 2 years. Younger comedians are awestruck by the sheer vastness of his productivity. No one else came close. For most comics, stand-up is a means to an end. In the 1980s, 10 solid minutes got more than a few their own sitcoms. In the age of television, Carlin was a rare creature, a comedian for whom stand-up comedy was the mountaintop. "I found out that it was an honest craft, and in fact that art was involved," he said. Like a master craftsman, Carlin worked with words. He held them up to the light. He inspected them, rubbed them, and whittled them. He worshipped them in a way that he felt precious few products of the human mind deserved to be worshipped. His most famous routine, 7 words you can never say on television, branded him as a vulgarian, a foul-mouthed comic who worked dirty. But the routine was much more than mere titillation. It was an airtight example of Carlin's belief in the one thing he truly believed in, the power of reason. Why exactly are these few words, out of 400,000 in the English language, off limits? Who are they hurting?